But there's something else that is also very interesting about great leaders. It's called capacity. And capacity is the ability to grow into higher levels of responsibility and attract others with higher leadership capacities. So remember what I said. Leaders inspire followership in others, but great leaders inspire leadership in others. One of the ways you know that this person has capacity is that they have the ability to do more, and more importantly, to attract better people than they used to. So competence is the ability to do. Capacity is the ability to do more. Did you get it? So when you grow your capacity, it's like putting this, right? This can hold water, this can hold more water. Leaders are not only able to deliver results, which is to hold water, which is the purpose of this cup, and deliver results. This cup just delivered results, right? But listen to this. There is the capacity to grow and deliver more results. And in doing that, they have the capacity to attract people who are also at a higher level of leadership. That's why you will notice that, for instance, there might be somebody who comes in at a level within an organization, and every one of them is operating as an entry-level staff officer. But then one begins to show certain levels of competence, and others also show the same level of competence. They're all achieving their goals, but one day they decide they want to be able to make one of them a manager. And they're going to say, which of these guys has the capacity to operate at a higher level of responsibility and to be able to attract the level of following of the others? And whichever one it is, if that organization knows how to actually do a transparent and a credible leadership assessment, performance appraisal, and all of that, they will most likely promote the one person who not only has the capacity to deliver, but has the ability to inspire and to influence others. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody get that? So great leaders have the capacity to do higher things, but also to inspire people to higher levels. But then the third thing that you find about great leaders is they have courage. And when I speak of courage, they have the ability to take a step at the time when most other people will shy out or bow out. It's not that great leaders don't fear, because most of the time, if you look at many of the guys who we have called, they are people who have dared to do stuff at times when it was not convenient, at times when, it was serious. I mean, change was required, whether it was Martin Luther King, whether it is John Mark. So these guys had the capacity to be able to step forward at a time when they had a chance, a good chance to say no. Now understand, everybody has fears. Whether it is the fear of speaking, the fear of death, the fear of failure, the fear of this. In fact, one of the most interesting fears that people are having right now is called the fear of success. And the fear of success is not just the fact that I will succeed, it's the fact of what will happen to me when I succeed. But it is not that great leaders don't have fear. It is that great leaders are able to step forward in spite of fear. In spite of fear. It's one of the things that makes great leaders truly great. The next thing that you'll find out about almost every single one of the great leaders you've talked about is a compassion. Their heart for others. Leaders understand that leadership is all about people. In fact, the word lead, if you want to put it out there, is leading with love, with empathy, leading with agility, and leading with dignity. That's what lead is, L-E-A-D, with love, empathy, agility, and dignity. Great leaders understand that everything is about people. And that you are there not only to make things better, to make places better, but ultimately to make people better. Great leaders are people who have a heart. They are able to feel. There was never a miracle that Jesus worked that did not have compassion first before he had that miracle. Compassion is the ability to feel the pain of others. It's to feel not only what others feel, but to feel for others. And it is the compassion of leaders that causes them to take the decisions that will positively impact others. Another interesting thing that you find out about great leaders, and you can look at all the names that we've mentioned already, is that they have this incredible gift called charisma. Oh, empathy, yes. So empathy is, let me put it this way, compassion is all encompassing. And that was not being cheeky. It has empathy in it, but it has so many other things in it that makes compassion compassion. You know, it has love in it. It has empathy in it. It has sympathy in it. Compassion is bigger than empathy. Yes, Horace, you would see me will tell you how we're going to get the replay. Now, let's quickly talk about charisma. Because what is charisma? Who is the most charismatic leader? Who are some of the most charismatic leaders that you have met in the course of your lifetime or you've seen in the course of your lifetime? That, you know, you either have met them or seen them on television, seen them from afar. Barack Obama, is Obama. Let's keep it going. I guess it's Obama all the way. No, okay, FD. All right. Oh, interesting. But listen, guys, have you noticed something about charismatic leaders? What is the most powerful thing that you notice when you are with a charismatic leader? What's the most important thing? Okay, I see King Richard says it's an aura. But what is it that their aura does? What is it that their aura does? It's their ability to influence others. Well, let me say something about it. And this is one of the, to make others feel comfortable, to draw you close to them. But do you know what it is that makes you actually draw close to them? Now, listen to this. This is very interesting because charisma is not the magnetic force. Charisma is the reason for the magnetic force. I want you to get that. Charisma is not the magnetic force. It is that the reason why you are drawn to them is because of charisma. So your drawing to them is not the charisma. It's the charisma that makes you come to them. Now, what is that charisma? It's the way they make you feel when you are with them. It's the way they make. So let me put it this way. Charismatic leaders don't let you know how great they are. They make you feel how great you are. Now, because you get a good feeling from being in their presence, then you draw near to them. And so most people who think that it's their aura, it's their magnetism, it's not their magnetism. It is the fact that they make you feel good that creates that magnetic force. It's that they bring out the best in you. That's why you go to them. That's why you look at them. Because whenever you see them, somewhere you feel good. And all the great leaders we've talked about, go and look at it. All of them had this effect on you at different levels. But one of the interesting things that you find about great leaders is that they are credible people. They are believable. When they say things, you can take it to the bank, you can quote them. They are people who literally have made promises and they've kept their promises. They've said things, they've cast vision and accomplished it. They've set targets and accomplished them. I mean, I remember somebody here was saying her husband has, he always gets what it is that he sets out his mind to get. Wow, that is credibility. Which means that if at any point in time that person makes a statement and says, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm going to do, you know that they are going to do it. So you will realize that credible people are promise keepers. They are people of integrity. They say what they will do and they do what they say. They're people of integrity. But the last thing that we find out about these incredible leaders, this is the core of everything, is that they're truly consistent people. Most of the people that you have seen didn't get to where they were going overnight. And so many of the people that are truly great leaders are not what we don't use the word overnight success for them. In fact, if anything, you would say that this person, I met this person at 10 years ago. And the way they were at that time is still the way they are now. They've grown because they have increased in capacity. They are operating at a different level of competence. They are operating, but I remember this person from 10 years, from 15 years ago, and they've been consistent. They are not one-time hits. They are not hit and miss. They are consistent people. And it is that consistency that gets us to believe that they are people of character. People of character. So now I want you to look at these 7 key stars of great leaders, and I want you to write down only one of these stars that you would like to shine the most in your life right now. There may be others that are already shining, but which of these things do you find that you would like to be able to shine brightly in your life? Consistency, courage, capacity, competence, consistency, courage. Anybody else? Charisma, consistency, character, courage. Okay. So now, I want you to please understand that what you see here is a result of a lifestyle. And those lifestyles have been anchored on something called habits. So what is a habit? A habit is a routine that is repeated so often it becomes automatic. I want you to write that down. A habit is an action, a decision, a behavior, a thought pattern that has been repeated so often it becomes automatic. It has become a part of that person without even having to think about it. That's what a habit is. Oh, absolutely. Charisma can be learned. Charisma can be learned because charisma is only about learning how to treat others. And once you build the habit of treating others and making other people feel great, and that's your intention, all of a sudden you realize that everybody talks about how charismatic you are. So charisma itself is from the habit of making other people feel better, other people feel important. Look, one of the Nigeria's greatest, most charismatic leaders that some of you may know or may not know is a guy called Ibrahim Badaramosi Babangida. Most people who know him, now whether you like him or you don't like him is a completely different ballgame, but the people who know him know that he is one of the most charismatic leaders. They used to call him the evil genius, Maradona, because there was something about him that was so warming and so endearing. That's another word for charisma, endearing, endearment, that somehow Ibrahim Babangida knew things about people, you know, that they used to say when he was in Dodan Barracks, and, you know, at that time when he was head of state in Nigeria, that if he's going and they're about to drive out, he can see somebody walking by and stop and say, hey, is today not your birthday? That's IBB. IBB knew people's birthdays. He knew people's children's names. He knew what people, if somebody was looking down, he would ask them, what is the challenge? What's going on? He knew how to touch people. I mean, some of us have seen different kinds of pictures of Barack Obama. There was one particular one that is so powerful, where Barack Obama was literally walking, and we had all these state security people, and there was this guy who was cleaning, and Barack Obama touched the guy and was hailing the guy as he was going. One of the most powerful. You see, charisma is about elevating the greatness of others.